Russian! Utah! USA! 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 Boy, we just took down our third win in a row for the men's hockey team. And the women's hockey team, we don't even need to talk about them, but we will, because Team USA, women's, men's, are just smashing the competition right now, Leroy. And I also want the people to know this is how raw Slapshot Utah is. I was just asking Leroy what we should do to start this episode. He says, fuck it. Oh, we didn't even last. We said, fuck it. Let's just record. So, Leroy, what's up, my brother? How are you doing? How are you enjoying the Olympics? Huge win today. USA over Germany, 5-1. JJ Paterka played number 77. Cool to see the same number. Keller was out there too. It was awesome. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty good. USA undefeated in this Olympic run. Of course, haven't met our strongest challenge yet, which really only kind of feels like Team Canada, which, like the USA, has a bye to the quarterfinals.
Finland scored 11 goals yesterday.
How about Team Finland? A surprise win over the Swedes, or is it a surprise? Finland, a strong team, my dude.
As I said, I think the top three teams are Finland, USA, Canada, not in any particular. If I was going to order them, I would put Canada. Canada right now is the USSR of the 1980 Olympics. They are so good. Dude, Macklin Scout, like when you look at their roster, they are the Monstars to our Looney Tunes team.
You know what I heard about Team Canada was Celebrini, 19-year-old Macklin Celebrini, got a penalty, and he was shitting bricks in the box. He's like,
oh really?
I got a penalty. I'm like in the national. I'm on the plane for the team, and I think it was Drew Doughty, maybe.
Yeah.
Told him like, my bro,
chill,
forget about it. You get the best penalty killers in the world behind you. You do you. Can you imagine being a 19-year-old playing on Team Canada? That is so surreal. And being able to hold your shit together, it's incredible.
It's incredible. And it's like I told the people. So today I went to Big Willie's for the first two periods. Shout out to Brandon. I saw our friend Kurt and his lovely wife, Jen. I saw a bunch of friends there, and it was awesome. And it's like I was telling them, our top goal scorer is Dylan Gunther. He doesn't even make the cut. Like, he's not even in the, listing to make the cut for Team Canada. That's how good this team is.
Yeah, they're good. So listen, though, I think we both have the same motherfucking beef. We have both the same beef, which is, and I know all these Team USA guys are ripping it up, but what about our brother Clayton Keller? Why is my dude on the double scratch every night? And why is Karel Vejmelka the third string goaltender for Czechia? Now listen, I've been watching you, John, on the Twitter machine. I've been watching you shit talking, which I agree with 100% about how much fucking bullshit. Look, hang on. My microphone Annie fell off. Sorry about that. I've been listening to your talking your bullshit about the Jazz, which I agree 100%. All of a sudden now Utah does this, and I got a persecution complex, John. All of my favorite teams, whether it's the Raiders or the Angels or the Mammoth or whoever it is, I've got a persecution complex that makes me think that the league is always out to get my team. But in this particular fucking instance, when it comes to the Jazz, all suddenly we're talking about the Jazz. But also it's RSL too, isn't it? It's just kind of like here we are as the Utahns, we're the untouchables, the unwantables. But I'm gonna say, here's my take. Ready? I'm gonna take my fucking take. Here it is. We don't need your shit. Like we want to win and live with people who want to be here. We would rather lose and stay Utah than we would ever want to win and be part of your Lionel Messi fucking bullshit. You have to be the kind of town that NBAers want to come to debauch themselves during the All-Star game. We do our own thing here in Utah. We do it clean. And we're a good city and we're a good town and we're a good state. And so my whole thing is if you don't want to be here, you don't want to be in Utah, you don't want to be in Salt Lake City, then goodbye. We're happy to lose without your ass. We're prideful and upfront. And that's what I want to say about Real Salt Lake. I'm going to turn it into Real Salt Lake, John. Out of nowhere, I'm coming in. This is supposed to be a Mammoth podcast. I'm coming in because the biggest bitch I have about Real Salt Lake is this team doesn't seem serious about winning. And I've always held it against the franchise that we don't seem serious about putting a team together, but I'm beginning to realize that it's not just us against 31 other teams, whatever it is. It's us against the media. It's Utah against the voices that control everybody's mind. And so what I'm saying is fuck that shit. We're willing to win with or without you. I don't know, John, what do you think about that?
Leroy, you just explained exactly how I felt for the last 37 years of being a Utah fan, no matter what the sport is. The thing that has bugged me always among all sports alike is that I have these talking heads that sit on these national media, like corporate offices, and they go, no one wants to play in Utah. And they've never even been here. Half of them haven't even played a competitive sport in their fucking life. And they don't know. And here's what really breaks my heart. And this is really what gets down to my pride as a Utah fan, Leroy, is Utah shows up. You go to a Utah Warriors rugby game, it's sold out. You go to an RSL game, it's sold out. You go to a Utah Jazz game, sold out. Utah Mammoth, sold out. These people in Utah love their sports and they have pride. And it doesn't come down to winning and losing like all these other stupid big markets that they have. What we want here as Utahns, go out there and give some fucking effort. We could lose 3-1, but if my team's out there and they're checking people and they're flying down the ice and they're shooting shots, I love that. We're a really easy market, and we're a market that we're ready to spend money and we're ready to compete. But the national media and all these major leagues have let these people fucking talk shit on a very good fan base. This is a good fan base. Utahns love their sports and Utahns love their players. And when we get players, they become like just like Coach said 2 episodes ago. He said, Coach Mike, he said, these players feel like they're our family. Like we treat them like they're our family. And it's the same with every sport. So my only message would be to Utah fans, why the fuck do we listen to these guys? And that's why we've started our stupid little podcast. And like I've told everybody, you're not here for the analytics. You're not here for the stats. You're here for the heartbeat and the pulse of Utah fandom, dude. And to be honest, fuck them. Fuck the NBA. If they really want to be like that, because look how the NHL has embraced us, Leroy. Look how the NHL has embraced us. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. And long story long, man, I love you guys, man. Utah fans are the absolute best. They show up, they show out, they spend money, and we have a good time. And you know what? If 49 other fucking states and markets don't want us, we don't need them, baby, because we're showing up.
Fuck yeah, we're showing up, John, and that's kind of the adversarial attitude that I'm talking about. I think I instinctually bring into all sports, but it's also the kind of adversarial attitude that brings us all together. Listen, it's Utah against the world, baby. It doesn't
Amen,
matter
brother.
if it's Mammoth, if it's Jazz, if it's RSL, it's Mammoth,
Shit,
it's
even if it's BYU and Utah, BYU deserved a playoff spot, and I'm a Utes fan.
Yeah, well, and that's what it really is, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's what is this fucking bullshit? And so, look, I know I wanted to tie this into an Olympic thing, right? I know I want to say, well, Clayton Keller's not getting the respect that he deserves because it has nothing to do with the Mammoth. It goes back to the small market problem, maybe. Now, look, it's hard for me to second guess Clayton Keller getting the scratch because USA has been kicking ass and taking names in
right.
everywhere except the goaltending department. Maybe we should talk about that. So,
Yeah.
Hellebuck, to change the subject, Hellebuck's been doing fine. Swayman was sucking dick. All
Dude,
right.
he made Denmark look like Steph Curry hitting fucking center ice goals.
So yeah, so maybe what I really want to talk about, and it's funny, I'm going to give credit where credit is due to not rip off somebody else's idea. My dude, Dustin, my season ticket buddy, same road, Dustin kind of
Vader D.
implanted, yeah, Big D Vader kind of implanted this in my head, right? Which is wh- who are the elite goaltenders in the NHL? But all right, okay, Hellebuck, right? But even then, during the playoffs, he took a shit. We'll give that a pass. Ottinger, Swayman, like, what is up with the goaltender? Who is the lockdown defender? Who is the lockdown goaltender in the NHL, and how has that manifested itself in the Olympic hockey? And the answer is it hasn't. Um, Bennington, last episode, I was talking shit about Jordan Bennington being the weakest link in Canadian hockey. Well, the Canadians are going to get a free pass to the quarterfinals, just like the U.S. is. But um, another instance, I think the Utah Mammoth fan is not really satisfied with these Olympics. Karel Vejmelka, has he even got a start? I don't think he started today, did he?
He
Against
he hasn't he hasn't moved up from third, and Czechia has been outscored by 4 goals every game.
now Dostal is a great goalie.
Great.
Anaheim Ducks goaltender Dostal, but Vejmelka is the third option in that rotation. What the hell? Yeah, is Czechia going to advance? I don't think
No
so. I
way.
think they
No way,
fucked it.
they're
They
3rd right
choked.
now. Yeah, they
They
choked.
choked. And to continue on with Olympic performances, Olimata not doing so bad. John,
Yeah.
my brother, how about the Finns?
Dude, loved it. I'm pumped for the Finland. I am cheering for a gold medal, Finland, USA for 2 reasons. A, because it's awesome, because it's my 2 favorite teams, but B, I feel more confident playing against Finland than I do Canada, and Finland and Canada are gonna be the fucking juggernauts coming out of that bracket, so
Hey, you want to talk about a national failure if Canada doesn't end up in that Olympic final? That is going to
dude,
be
yeah.
if that
And
Olympic
if it was
final is
Finland that
destined.
knocked him off, oh, dude,
Yeah,
I'm be wearing a Rantanen jersey next
it's
fucking episode.
it's gonna be it's gonna be USA Canada. It's gonna be
That's
USA
my
Canada,
guess,
baby.
yeah.
And by the time we talk to you next, February 22nd, It's going to be over. So I've got my USA hat. I've got my USA colors, bro. This episode is the Olympic momentum that the USA needs to move forward. And let me tell you, when we're talking about moving forward, I realize that my dude, not my dude, your dude, someone's dude, Austin Matthews, finally showed up and scored a
Yep.
couple goals. But we
Yep.
all know who the captain in spirit is on this USA team. And whether you love him or you fucking hate him when it comes to the club game, Brady Kachuk is your fucking captain, dude.
It's not even
That
close.
He's the spirit of this USA team. He's the motherfucker that you love to hate. And even if you hate to love him, you still can't handle it one way or another. Matthew and Brady Kachuk, they're Team USA.
Dude,
In a way.
dude, they do. I was telling Brandon this today at our Big Willie's watch party. Is like the Kachuk brothers are the perfect definition of a player that if they're not on your team, you fucking hate them. And if they're on your team, they're your favorite player of all time. Like I think it was Matthew was chirping at I forget who on the German team today, and he was like, "Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, you fucking bitch." And dude, I was like, I will run through a wall for this guy, dude. The Kachuk brothers, they go out there, they're like, dude, they're like the original Bash Brothers of the Mighty Ducks. Like, put the headband on, like fist bump, and be like, "Let's go fuck these guys up." I love them,
The
dude.
Kachucks are USA hockey royalty.
100%.
I mean, and so I just love what this USA team is doing, but let's not rest on our laurels. Let's not get too fucking cocky because the challenge is just beginning.
The
Okay.
challenge is just
It's going to
beginning.
get fucking real right about now. But we all know that the immovable object and the irresistible force are going to collide at some point. And that is Team USA and the Canadian Canuck Poutine motherfuckers.
Now,
So,
Leroy, before we move on from this subject, I have a question for you. Okay. Now, in 1980, when the USA beat the USSR, as is formerly known as the Miracle on Ice. Now it was all amateur players, and I get it. And I get that Team USA is pretty stacked. If Team USA beats or actually, let me rephrase it. When Team USA beats Canada in the gold medal, how does that compare to the 1980 beating of the USSR and Miracle on Ice, do you think?
it doesn't.
Not
It
even
doesn't come.
close.
No. Oh, it'll be
Most
fun.
people shouldn't be
Look,
surprised.
everyone needs to understand that in 1980, it wasn't the Philadelphia Flyers taking the ice. It
It
wasn't the
was a
Chicago Black.
doctor.
No, it was University of Minnesota kids, Boston
Yeah.
College kids, BU kids, all of those kids. It was our kids against an well. Quite frankly, remember the Russians weren't allowed to come play NHL. There was no
Yeah.
Kucherovs, there was no Ovechkins. The Russians were their own little island back in 1980. And not only were there their own little professional island of hockey, but they got paid like military professionals. There was a nationalistic aspect, an expectation of what these Red Army players were supposed to produce. And the idea that some frat boys were going to take on the most serious athletic institute in the world and somehow expect to come out on top. It really is the most magical sports story you can possibly contend with. And so, yeah, if the USA wins Canada, it's going to be a huge, huge game, almost a revenge game for 2002. Looking at you, 2002 Canadian team. Revenge for 2002, but 1980 Lake Placid, you can't replace it. That's part of American history, part of American legacy. Like you can't. I don't think it. No, John. I say
All
no.
right.
I say
Well,
no.
all right. Perfect. Love it. Okay. Follow-up question. Follow-up question. Because this is another thing I noticed. We as Americans look at NHL as like, oh, these are the best players. There are KHL players starting above NHL players. Is the KHL or the NHL a superior league?
Well, I would be willing to say right out that the KHL is the second best league in the world.
Yeah.
There
This is
are
not, yeah, definitely.
a lot
But
of Russian play. Part of the conjecture about what Ovechkin will do in the rest of his career depends upon whether or not he wants to go play KHL and, clean it up. But did I miss your question? What is the real question, John?
no, well, okay, okay. Obviously, whoever wins the Stanley Cup has Russian players, most likely. But if we were gonna do a Stanley Cup winner versus I don't know what the KHL Cup is, but who do you think would win out? Do you think they're closer than farther apart? Is what I'm getting at.
Farther apart, Stanley Cup winner
Really?
kicks the shit out of the KHL winner.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
Now listen, KHL gets gritty and wins two games.
Yeah.
NHL, the skill difference is, of
So
course, I don't know,
NHL is the
Miracle on
best
Ice.
league.
Oh, are you joking? The NHL, listen, listener, if you follow Slapshot Utah, let me put into perspective what you have here in Salt Lake City, your hometown. The most elite athletes on earth are playing within driving distance of you. People who will never replicate, athletes who will never replicate what you're seeing in real time, play less than $100 from you. The NHL is an elite league. It can't be touched. Can't be touched by the KHL, the OHL, you name it. It is the premier elite hockey league of the world, and you should be pretty impressed. But listen, the Olympics are coming in 2034 to Salt Lake City. Oh, you know how delicious it would be to
Mm.
have a Utah Mammoth Stanley Cup championship banner hanging from the rosters? Do you
Oh
care?
god.
Do you care about where you live, where you come from, about
I would
who
love
you
that.
are? Utah, do you want to enter the national stage as a listen, it's here, baby, and that's what I want to encourage the Mammoth fan that may be looking too close. There's these pointillist paintings like George Seurat, right, that you can see in the University of Chicago, and you get this painting, and it's just these dots, right, and you get it too close up to your face, and you can't make any sense of it all. But once you back away and you see the big picture, you can see it all come together. And that's what I think so many of us here in the new Utah Mammoth community are so guilty of, is saying, oh, Fire Bear, oh my gosh, get rid of this. Oh, sign the newest, most expensive player. And if you back away, there's a big picture. There's a plan. And the plan is by my man, Bill Armstrong. And I think that we're on the right track. And I think that we've got a lot of pleasurable, wonderful, victorious, heroic hockey for years and years to come. We're so blessed in that we've got so much great hockey. This is just the beginning, Mammoth fans. And this is our first Olympics. This is our first Olympics with the guys that we know and love that are part of our Mammoth family and we're all pissed off that why doesn't Veggie get a chance? Well, I would like to see some Mammoth players in 2034 headlining this team, and it won't be Clayton Keller by then, but who knows who it is. I think T. Ginla is going
he'll
to
be
be
Canadian.
Hey, you've seen a lot of Jerome Ginla stats on these Olympic broadcasts, haven't you? Who's got the most points in an Olympic series more than any other player? I think it's Jerome Ginla.
Yep.
Chip off the old block. Here's my bro Tij Ginla. He's a Utah Mammoth. So let's not jam the roster up. Let's find out what we've got. And that's my thinking on the whole thing. 2034 is only 8 years away, John.
Yep.
Damn, it's going to be so fun to see what happens. What do you think?
You hit the nail on the head, Leroy, and you actually gave me a completely great segue because I ran a live poll on our Instagram earlier in the last. It's probably over by now. It's been about 22 hours, but I did. Do you enjoy NHL hockey over Olympic hockey? And I forget how many votes, but it was about 60-40 NHL over Olympic hockey. Now, I'm a little indifferent on that because I love the Olympics. I love country versus country. It's been one of my favorite things. It's like because I never had a favorite hockey team until the Mammoth now. Like Finland and the USA were like my two hockey teams, Same with soccer like I love RSL, but like RSL's not Real Madrid, let's be real. We love them. But, so what do you think? Do you enjoy watching the NHL over Olympic? My little take before you go, I like that they let them fight in the NHL. I wish we could fight in Olympic hockey, but yeah, but
Well, so I know there's a lot of people who are like, they're not allowed to fight. And then still they're like, wait a minute, I thought they weren't allowed to fight. You can see a little bit of,
you still get the little like with the gloves still, but you can't drop gloves. You can't drop gloves.
Now let's get her going. Let's do the thing.
Exactly,
You can't do that shit. All right. There's some tough hockey still. Look. The most coveted object in the sporting world, it's not the Lombardi Trophy. It's not the World Series trophy. It's not whatever the hell the NBA piece of junk is that they give away. The most hard-fought, difficult piece of hardware that you are going to have to sacrifice mind and body for. Everybody knows that it's the Stanley Cup.
100%. Lord Stanley.
It's tough. I mean, and so, all of our, look, we're taking for granted the fact that we're going to win the cup someday. John, we may take all these measures. We may build all this up. We might have to go through a couple rebuilds. You and me, we may be old motherfuckers by the time this really happens. I mean, buy into the fact that this is not about what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Mammoth fans, get into this shit that you just signed on for life. You just signed on for the next 20 or 30 years because, well, as an Angels fan in the Major League Baseball world, I know that 2002 season, might be the only season you ever get, right? To get yourself to the summit of the mountain once it is huge. All right. So your question is do I care about the Stanley Cup or do I care about the Olympic gold medal more? Listen, the Olympic gold medal is great. And like we said, it's going to be difficult to ever replicate 1980. I mean, that's the Lord of the Rings as far as sports lore is concerned, right? I mean, you can make a movie that's any better than that. So, really, this is the Stanley Cup or bust, baby. I love the USA and I love USA hockey and I love Team USA Olympics, but when it really comes down to it, it's you and it's me and it's us and it's here and it's Utah and we want to make our mark on the world and these are our players and this is our game now. This is our time now. It's our cycle now. And John, I know because I follow you on social media, you are so frustrated about what's going on with the Utah Jazz and the NBA. And I think we've found the magic sport here in Utah.
Yep.
We've found the magic sport in Utah where we're not going to get uh we're not going to get the short end of the stick because of who we are.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, dude, I completely agree. That's my biggest frustration with the NBA is that they don't actually care about the fans. They all day they talk and talk and talk about how much they love the fans. The Delta Center's been goddamn sold out for the last fucking 40 years. They don't fucking care about us. Even when we had the All-Star game. The All-Star game was this weekend. I'm wearing the All-Star game hat because I
I saw
pulled it out of
that.
my closet.
Yeah, I saw you.
But dude, they showed the Clippers fucking stadium. That shit was half full. Like ours, they called ours the worst ever. Dude, I'm so over it. And the NHL has embraced us. The NHL has been like, you know what? Come on in. You guys want to spend money? Bring it on. Because Utah shows up. Ryan Smith, that's one of Ryan Smith's greatest quotes. Utah does show up, dude. They really do. And the NHL, this has been Hockey Town, USA for so many years since the Golden Eagles. The Grizzlies, unfortunately, they were playing out there at the East Center, now the Maverick Center. Like now that we have a professional team, dude, I couldn't be more happy, Leroy. I fucking love this, dude. We needed this from the very beginning because there's diehard fans across the state, and I think most of us are so happy to finally have a game and a team and an organization that doesn't just go screw those weird Mormons out there in Utah. They gave us the Winter Classic in our third season. They're investing. They see the potential of the fandom out here, and I respect it and I love it, and I'll forever love the NHL, man. Thank you. What's his name? Gary Bettman, dude.
Gary Batman.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, Gary.
We're the only Utah Mammoth fans are the only Gary Bettman fans in the
Yeah, we
NHL.
clapped
Everybody
at
else
it when he came out.
we just think he's great. Yeah, John, I'm with you 100%. Listen, man, today is the Daytona 500. Of course, by the time this airs, it'll be yesterday. But one thing I know, because I follow NASCAR. In fact, I love it.
I love NASCAR too. I
Yeah,
didn't know
I was
that. We should
flipping
talk
back and forth
NASCAR next
between
time.
Daytona and the game today. But one thing I will say is that when it comes to sport and when it comes to what the fuck was I talking about? Daytona?
When you're
I
talking
forgot
about
what I was
sport and
talking
the
about.
NHL and everything.
Yeah, I
When
think
it
my
comes to
whole
sport, Daytona what?
oh fuck, man. I just blew it on the pod. I lost my train of
It's all
thought.
good. We're not
Yeah.
editing it either though.
Well, no, we're not. We're raw dogging it. But I was gonna say there's something basically about I don't remember what it was.
You're
I
good, dude.
lose.
You're
I
fucking
fucking
good.
I had this really but then I lost it. So
You're
um
good. Well, dude,
yeah.
let's wrap this up. But I gotta give a shout out to a legend. Unfortunately, this week Salt Lake City lost a legend. Tom Curl from the Warehouse passed away sadly this last Monday. And if you don't know who he is, yes, you did, because he was on ESPN 700 every week with his deals and his perfect catchphrase, boom. Oh, $1,300, boom, $600. Tom Curl was one of the best people I've ever known. Fuck, dude. I fucking loved him. We'll miss you forever, dude. He loved sports. He loved the growth of Utah, too. So, Tom Curl, for the rest of my life, I will serve this community. I will cheer on Utah sports, and you're the best, dude. Rest in peace, Tom Curl. I'll miss you forever, brother. All right, Leroy.
All
Are we
right.
done? Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for
Done.
listening to Snapshot Utah. Call our hotline. Be on the voicemail next week, man. Go Mammoth.